Creatine. I use the creatine, first time ever in my life. I like use almost every day, and it's the like first supplement which I feel something's changed.
I love to hear it for him. He earned this the hard way. He cleaned out a division, maybe the hardest division in the sport. He's moved to another division. This is what it's all about. And not to mention, it's something he will never discuss. But if you don't always want to be the heir apparent to King Khabib's throne, you got to do something that Khabib didn't do.
And right now, Islam's on the verge of legacy if he can get this done. So yes, he feels better, and he gets to do it in Madison Square Garden in New York City. Chill.
Islam Makhachev's creatine confession just sparked a fiery challenge from Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen, urging him to not just win, but do better than Khabib. This comes after a recent revelation by Islam Makhachev about how he's preparing for his next fight. In an interview with ESPN MMA, Makhachev opened up about his training routine and the challenges of gaining weight. He admitted that making weight has always been tough, but now he's finally managed to build a bigger, stronger frame. Along with other proteins, Islam revealed that he's been using creatine, which has played a major role in helping him gain muscle and size ahead of the JDM showdown.
Other things we changed, like many things. Just we sit with the coaches and we make the plan, And very difficult to gain the weight. I finally become a little bit big now, because I try to, like, last couple of months, it's very hard. I use like creatine, protein after every training. You try to eat more, but it's very hard when you're training twice a day. When you're training hard, it's very hard to gain weight.
Speaking about the use of creatine, Islam admitted that this is his first time taking the supplement. He explained that it has helped him significantly in getting bigger and stronger. According to Makhachev, creatine proved highly effective for weight gain, and once he started using it, he could instantly feel something changing within him. It was his way of saying that creatine has awakened a new level of power inside him.
Creatine. I use the creatine, first time ever in my life. I like use almost every day, and it's the like first supplement which I feel something's changed, It's give you like recover very fast, help you to gain weight, and give you some power.
When Daniel Cormier brought up the topic with Chael Sonnen, Chael was quick to share his reaction. He openly praised Islam for taking creatine and admitted that while there had been some tension between them in the past, he no longer wants to engage in that drama because it only brings embarrassment. Chael added that Islam has been talking about returning to the 155 division, but in his view, Islam should first prove himself more effectively at welterweight, the 170-pound class.
Hey, Chael, Islam said he's taking creatine for the first time in his life. He said he feels different, it's easier to gain weight, and the weight is coming off a lot easier. What do you make of that?
I love it. I got a one-on-one with Islam. It was actually, you were supposed to do it. You're somewhere. They're putting me on. Islam had heat with me like a year ago. Before I know it, I'm in this Twitter fight with Islam, which I did not want to be in. I really admire Islam. So, I'm hoping that all gets worked out. You tell him that if he stiffs me on this interview because it's me, let him know. That's going to really embarrass me. We got an interview in a week. What do I make of that? Daniel, I predicted it. Islam has always said that he's returning to 155. And I kind of want to say, Islam, get to 170. I can guarantee you, when you feel better, you're eating a little more, you're nicer to other people, your attitude's better.
Furthermore, Chael Sonnen pointed out that fighting in New York against JDM is a massive opportunity for Islam, one that could offer more experience and exposure than anything else in his career so far. He highlighted the huge potential of this matchup and even praised Islam's decision to use creatine, saying it shows real growth and dedication. Chael added that if you're living under Khabib's shadow, you must evolve, and this is Islam's moment to do something greater than Khabib ever did.
You're going to have a different experience, particularly in a place like New York City. For the first time in your career, you're going to be able to enjoy the experience, which generally is very miserable by the time you start traveling and cutting water down. I love to hear it for him. He earned this the hard way. He cleaned out a division, maybe the hardest division in the sport. He's moved to another division. This is what it's all about. And not to mention, it's something he will never discuss. But if you don't always want to be the heir apparent to King Khabib's throne, you got to do something that Khabib didn't do. And this is his opportunity. And I know inside that's not his motivation. He is not trying to show up Khabib. But I am just suggesting at some point his grandkids are going to look back on his career and they will now have something they can turn to that is different than Uncle Khabib.
While Islam may never openly admit it, Chael emphasized that he needs to outshine Khabib to build his own legacy. And that's where Daniel Cormier stepped in, confident that Islam will write his own chapter of greatness at Madison Square Garden when he faces Jack Della Maddalena. Cormier acknowledged that Islam has always shown deep respect for Khabib and never claimed to surpass him, which speaks volumes about his loyalty. Yet, Daniel firmly believes that Islam will display his true power against JDM, and in doing so, begin crafting a legacy that stands tall on its own.
Yeah, he said that the other day. Somebody asked him, like, well, if it doesn't matter for you, he goes, what a stupid question. He goes, Khabib's my brother. He goes, I don't want to do anything better than him. He goes, we do this together, but this is for my legacy. And right now, Islam's on the verge of legacy, if he can get this done. So yes, he feels better and he gets to do it in Madison Square Garden in New York City. Chill.
Tension, focus, blood-pumping rounds in the gym where every rep counts. Islam's training camp for JDM is nothing short of a mission. He's sharpening sambo control, drilling takedowns until they're automatic, and pairing relentless grappling with tighter, sharper striking so he can end the fight wherever it goes. Conditioning is brutal. Long cardio sessions, explosive plyometrics, and strength work designed to make every clinch and scramble one-sided. This isn't just preparation, it's a plan to dominate Jack Della Maddalena in the cage and write a statement performance that leaves no doubt. Inside the camp, Islam Makhachev is a man possessed. Every session pushes him past his limits. Sweat, grit, and absolute focus. He's putting in the hardest work of his career, refining every strike, every takedown, every transition. There is no shortcut, no pause, no wasted motion. Islam's leaving no stone unturned, no second wasted, as he gears up to step back into the octagon against Jack Della Maddalena, ready to demolish, dominate, and remind the world why he's built differently. Under the golden sunset, Islam Makhachev looks absolutely massive. A powerhouse carved from pure discipline. Standing shirtless on the beach, his physique tells the story of endless hard work and focus. Every muscle looks battle-ready, every pose radiates confidence. This isn't just a usual moment, it's a visual message to Jack Della Maddalena and the entire division. Islam is locked in, stronger than ever, and ready to unleash chaos when he steps back into the octagon. On the other hand, Ilia Topuria unleashed one of his boldest predictions yet, saying Islam Makhachev won't even make it past Jack Della Maddalena and might just end up herding sheep back in Dagestan. During the interview, when Topuria was asked if he would face Islam in the future, assuming Islam beats JDM, he didn't hesitate to throw verbal fire. Instead of a simple answer, Ilia went full savage, claiming Maddalena would humble Makhachev so badly, he'd have no choice but to run back home.
ისლამის დამარცხების შემთხვევაში დამარცხებულ ისლამთან გირჩევნია ვთქვათ შემდეგი ბრძოლა თუ პირობითად გამარჯვებულ ცარუკინთან.
მოკლედ ვერ გავიხსენე სიტყვა, მაგრამ ისლამი თუ დამარცხდა დაბრუნდეს დაღესტანში, ავის ფერმაში. თუ მოიგო კიდე წყალსა ხო? ხო, წყარი მომწყესოს.
Meanwhile, Demetrius Johnson gave his own detailed take on the matchup, praising Jack Della Maddalena's skill set, especially recalling his performance against Belal Muhammad, where Johnson saw JDM as the true dark horse. He pointed out how Maddalena's sharp technical style transformed what could have been a cautious, strategic fight into an all-out spectacle. With top-tier allies like Craig Jones and Alexander Volkanovski backing him to crack Islam's grappling code, Johnson issued a clear warning. This fight isn't one-sided, and in his eyes, it could go in two directions. A slow, methodical chess game, or an all-out explosive war.
Where I feel JDM was a dark horse, right? Not very known to the public, great technique, great grappling, but the beating he put on Belal Muhammad, being able to finish him and just out-jab him. A lot of people said that fight was going to be boring. It turned out to be a banger fight. For him to take on a guy like Islam Makhachev, not steering away from that challenge. Islam is coming up, so he's going to be, I feel like comparably size-wise, they're going to be about even, Islam's super good. JDM's got Craig Jones in the camp to, you know, battle.
And
Volkanovski to battle that, you know, Dagestan wrestling. It's going to be, it could be two things. It could be a very, very boring fight.
Demetrius Johnson pointed out that things could get very interesting if Islam Makhachev takes Jack Della Maddalena to the mat and leans on his signature grappling to control the fight. Johnson noted that Islam absolutely has the tools to dominate that way, but warned that JDM is no easy task. According to him, Maddalena's movement is unpredictable, his style constantly shifting and fluid. Johnson even brought up JDM's bout with Gilbert Burns, where he stayed calm under pressure and displayed top-tier technique. That, Johnson said, is exactly why Maddalena poses such a real and dangerous challenge for Islam Makhachev.
Or it could be a very, very exciting fight. Meaning by the way it could be born is if Islam's able to take down JDM and get his back, hold him there, out-grapple him, stifle him, he could potentially do that. But the one thing I love about JDM when he fights is he never accepts the position. When he was fighting Gilbert Burns, great grappler, takes him down. Right when he gets up, he throws that knee into the void. Gilbert Burns ducks down into it. He runs into it. JDM doesn't accept the position when he gets taken down. He's always looking to grapple, always looking to anti-wrestle. That's what makes this fight exciting. And he's got some good hands. He's not the way his boxing is, he's very tight. I'm excited for that fight just because we're seeing the best at 155 take on the best at 170. It's very rare when the moons align. Same thing at the co-main event.
Then came MMA Guru's take, calling this matchup a personal favorite but making it clear he's all in on Jack Della Maddalena. He revealed that he's been watching JDM since his early regional days, even urging fans to revisit those old bouts that featured, in his words, some of the nastiest knockouts in MMA history. Guru said this fight feels no different, confident that Maddalena's striking, composure, and a killer instinct will once again lead him to victory.
Makhachev JDM, this one's special to me. Okay, I've been watching JDM since the regional scene when he was taken out. Some of the if you haven't seen it, go and watch back Jack Della Maddalena's regional KOs. Some of the nastiest KOs you'll see. He was destroying people on the regional scene. Started 0-2 in his career, went 10-2. After that, 10-fight win streak, and then since has been on a crazy win streak. I think he's on like a 17, 18-fight win streak now in his career, all the way through to UFC as well. I've picked him in every fight, and I'm going to pick him to beat Makhachev as well. Little spoiler for my own prediction video. But my take on this fight is amazing matchup.
But here's the thing, Islam Makhachev just dropped a real bombshell that could rewrite Jack Della Maddalena's story. In a live interview, Islam revealed the exact game plan Khabib Nurmagomedov handed him to beat a JDM, and it was chillingly precise. Khabib's instructions, Islam said, are simple and brutal. Take Jack down, drag him to the mat, hurt him, control him, and finish with a chip. Islam added that he's training to that script, laser focused on executing the blueprint in fight night, and if he pulls it off, Maddalena might be staring at the toughest night of his career.
Yeah, it's not secret. He told me, like, take him down, try to take him down and make him tired there, and I think I can finish him in the ground, you know. I can choke him, do some like armbar some things, because I feel, you know, I saw his skills in the ground. He good, but I have something more.
According to Islam Makhachev, the real crack in Jack Della Maddalena's armor lies in his wrestling. He believes Jack's fundamentals on the mat aren't just there. Islam pointed out that multiple opponents have already managed to take Maddalena down, and while Jack's ground defense and composure are impressive, his actual wrestling base is practically non-existent. Islam admitted that JDM's striking is elite and his defensive instincts are sharp, but that missing wrestling foundation is the flaw he intends to fully exploit once the cage door closes.
I saw his defense, you know, a lot of guys take him down. Like I think all his opponents in UFC take him down, but he feel good in the ground. When somebody take him down, he not panic, like try to do some mistake, and he know how to defense.
And if that wasn't enough, Islam took it a step further when addressing Jack Della Maddalena's punching power. He flat out stated that he doesn't see any real threat in Jack's hands, dismissing the idea that Maddalena is one of the division's hardest hitters. According to Islam, guys like Belal Muhammad and Kamaru Usman are far bigger, stronger, and more complete fighters compared to Jack. He even added that Jack doesn't pack the same kind of power that Islam himself brings to the cage, a bold claim that came across as both a warning and a direct insult to Madalena's reputation.
He's not like some guy who have like crazy power, like, and he not so big in this division, like, for example, Bilal, he have like power, like Kamaru Usman, this guy has like good power, but I don't think like Jack have some more than me,
But the real story starts behind closed doors inside the gym. According to coach Javier Mendez, something has completely changed about Islam Makhachev. From sparring sessions that left everyone stunned to a physical transformation that caught even the team off guard, Mendez says Islam looks like a whole new version of himself. He recalled walking into the gym and realizing that the fighter in front of him didn't even move like the old Islam. Now, he's sharper, quicker, and more dialed in than ever before. And despite all the evolution, Mendez maintains one thing hasn't changed. Islam Makhachev is still the pound-for-pound #1 fighter on the planet.
And I saw him for the first time over a month ago, and I'm looking at him like, what the heck? I go, wow, he was solid. So I was very impressed with that #1. I said, how do you feel? He goes, great, coach. And, I watched him train. I watched what he was doing, and I was so impressed. And then he did his first sparring, and I was blown away. I was blown away how good he got, how well he adjusted to the weight. I was blown away. So I'm very confident in him, and regardless what anybody says, he's still #1 pound for pound in my eyes.
But Mendez didn't stop there. He doubled down on his statement. Talking about UFC 322, he promised fans they're about to see a completely reinvented Islam Makhachev, one designed for the biggest and toughest challenges ahead. He dismissed all the noise about weight classes, saying it doesn't matter whether Islam fights at lightweight or moves up to welterweight, the blueprint is already in place. The mission, Mendez said, remains the same: to keep conquering, to keep evolving, and to become champion again and again and again.
So that's my guy, pound for pound #1, Islam Makhachev, and the new version of him is coming, November 15th at Madison Square Garden, and he will be the new welterweight UFC champion.
Safe to say he's done with lightweight, no more.
I don't know if he's done with lightweight, but to be honest with you, why struggle to make all that weight when he's solid. He's solid. So he put on a good 10 pounds, since we last spoke, and I mean, yeah, he can make 155 again if he wanted to, but it's really going to be in his ball court.
But here's the twist. Javier Mendez isn't sleeping on Jack Della Maddalena, not for a second. He called Jack a serious problem, a fighter who's earned every bit of respect coming his way. Mendez even admitted that he's rewatched Jack's fight with Belal Muhammad at least 5 times, something he's never done before with any opponent. That alone speaks volumes. This camp knows exactly what kind of danger Jack brings, but despite all that respect, the confidence inside Team Makhachev hasn't wavered one bit, because Mendez stands firm on one belief: no matter how tough, how dangerous, or how unpredictable Jack Della Maddalena might be, Islam Makhachev will find a way to win whatever it takes.
But let's face it, Jack is such a tough customer that if we overlook him, which we haven't, I've actually viewed Jack's fight with Belal 5 times. 5 times, guys, 5 times. And I've never really done that. 5 times. That's how much I respect Jack. I rewatched him. I said, man, we got our hands full with him. He's a tough customer, but I believe 1,000,000% Islam's going to pull it off. One way or another. I don't know if it's going to be on the ground. I don't know if he's going to stand up. I just know we can do it all.
And that wraps up today's story. Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen sending a powerful message to Islam Makhachev ahead of his showdown with Jack Della Maddalena. The debate over power, strength, and legacy continues to heat up, and one thing's for sure, all eyes are on Islam Makhachev to see if he can truly do better than Khabib. For more explosive fight breakdowns, bold predictions, and behind-the-scenes insights, hit subscribe, drop a comment, and let us know, can Islam really surpass Khabib's greatness? Stay tuned, fight fans, where combat meets conversation.